Hi, this is Jim Jordan, owner of the Oregon Energy Healing Center. And today I'm going to have a discussion with one of our members, Donna Schmid. Is that how you pronounce your name, Schmid?
Yes, yes.
Schmid, okay, about her experience with our energy enhancement system. We are currently the only energy enhancement system in Southern Oregon in the Rogue Valley. It is a healing technology that uses scalar energy, light therapy, and frequencies to basically support your body to heal itself. But today, I'm introducing Donna. She came to our center within was it in the last month or so?
Couple months.
A couple months ago, okay. And she is a practitioner herself. She's a healthcare practitioner, licensed massage therapist, NLP practitioner, hypnotherapist, I believe, too. Very accomplished in her field, and she was looking for health to restore health. She was stuck in a sympathetic overdrive position, which in the autonomic nervous system is not a good place to be. And we've all been there, but hers was pretty extreme to the point where she had a heart attack. And she'd heard about the energy enhancement system from some friends and was skeptical initially, and then she decided to give it a try. So I want to introduce Donna Schmid to tell her story. Welcome to our conversation today, Donna.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate being here and being able to share so that other people can, make better decisions for themselves as well too. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Where would you like me to start?
Well, what brought you in? I mean, you can go into a little more detail, but we want to know what brought you in to see us, and then what was your experience like, your first, how many sessions did it take, and what did you feel, and what are you feeling now in contrast to what you were feeling before?
Well, my health crisis actually occurred in the latter portion of 2021 when COVID was really going on at that time. And I was still working as a massage therapist. I had a very thriving business, but I also recognized that something was not right within me, and I I could not explain to doctors what was going on because they were looking at me as if I was cuckoo. But I kept saying I was stuck like in a fight, flight, or freeze, and I couldn't get myself out of it. I didn't know what to do. And it ended up that one evening and late into the morning, I had symptoms of a heart attack. I really did not want to admit it to myself. And so I was talking with, my spiritual team and saying, hey, they were encouraging me to go to the hospital. And I just said, well, if the pain reaches my jaw, then I'm going. And no sooner did I say that my jaw started hurting. It's like, okay, fine. I woke my husband up, said, you need to take me to the hospital. Kind of had reminders of when I was pregnant and in labor, and waking him up in the middle of the night and saying it's time to go. So we made it to the hospital, and I still don't think anyone really believed me because I was, even though my blood pressure was sky high, I was calm and explaining to them what was going on. So they just really weren't believing me until they ran some tests and they said, yes, indeed, you did have a heart attack. So of course, I went through all of what was going on in the hospital at that time with people in COVID. There wasn't a room for me. There wasn't a place. I mean, I got shuffled around, but eventually got into Medford, into the bigger hospital where they did place a stent. So from that time on, that was like my, come to Jesus, wake up, thing, and said, okay, I really need some help, and I need to figure this out. So it began a process of, I wasn't really, they told me about my diet and all that stuff, but I really wasn't getting the help that I needed or I knew that was going to make a difference. So I just started out on my own and started researching. I started out with changing my diet. I was and still am eating really super clean. Then it went from there each step of the way until I got to a point where it just all stopped. It like leveled out. But I still knew that I wasn't quite there yet.
What leveled out? Your symptoms, they improved a bit for a while?
Yes, yeah. They improved, but I can't say to the point where I was feeling better or as good as I did before the heart attack.
Right.
So I still had a long way to go, but it was not moving anywhere. And I wanted to get off all my medication. That was my goal. And so from there, I had a friend in Indiana that had gone to an energy enhancement system facility in her area. And she was talking to me about it, but she was having a little bit of issue with kind of explaining to me what was going on. And I thought, oh, I don't know about this. So I researched a little bit, and what I found, I still was like a real skeptic. And I thought, I'm not sure, But I said to my husband, I said, you know what? I've got nothing to lose at this point because I need something. And acupuncture, chiropractic, all of my external team was not able to get me pushed forward. So I thought I got nothing to lose. So I made a session. I called and had a session. I really came in not really expecting anything. I mean, it was like, que sera, sera, I'm here and let's just see what happens. And it was really pleasant. I had a really good experience. I was nice and relaxed when I got up. I had a little bit of twinges here and there in my body, but hey, I'm relaxing. I realized my muscles were kind of, coming along with that. And then I thought, okay, that was nice. That was really nice.
Nice rest there.
Nice. And so, I said my goodbyes. I walked out the door and it was a beautiful day. And I took a breath and it was like, oh my goodness, I could breathe. And I didn't know I couldn't breathe until I took that breath, because I could actually feel the air going all the way down into my lungs, and my belly expanded without me making it expand. It was like, whoa, I am really taking in as much air as I could. So by the time I walked to the car, my husband said to me, how do you feel? And I said, I feel awesome.
That was after your first session? That was your first
after
session?
my first session. So,
okay, wow.
And I thought, okay, is this going to be like, it's going to last for a week and then I got to keep going back kind of thing. And so I waited 3 weeks, and I was really monitoring my symptoms. I was monitoring my progress. And to this day, taking that deep breath has not stopped. So I think that shift out of that sympathetic fight or flight and kind of began to level me out. And so I thought, well, it's been 3 weeks, I'll go back and see what else. So the second time I went in, I had a little bit of, okay, I got a lot going on, so let's take it one thing at a time and kind of see what happens. And so I went in and I had this incredible download of information that was just filling my head. And I thought, whoa, I can't process all of this. There's way too much going on. And all I said was, okay, let me get home and I'll write this down and, read it out. It's kind of like a dream that is packed filled with symbology, and you just got to write it all down and kind of figure it out. But there was one defining moment that came through very clear and very slowly, thank goodness. And it was, you must share this, is what was told to me. And it's like, okay, what do you want me to share? And it was the fact that doing the EES, everyone's different. So it doesn't matter who you are, or where your health challenges are, everyone, it's subjective. So it might not start where you expect it to start. It might start someplace else, and it might be subtle at first, but I can tell you the changes that have occurred in me have been phenomenal. My blood pressure has gone down to where in this, what is it, 6-7 weeks, to where my doctor had to lower the medication because my blood pressure was too low. And now it's like, when I go back to see him again, I'm going to ask him to take me off, because I'm at a point now where you can't keep cutting this pill in half and quarters. It's a really tiny pill. So I'm at the point of, let's just get rid of it. The energy in me has been incredible, because at first my exercise, we would walk maybe 2-3 times a week, and I would have to take maybe 2 days in between to recover, because I was just exhausted from a simple walk. Now I'm walking 40 minutes every day. In fact, we just did this morning 2.5 miles, and that in itself is just amazing to me. I'm sleeping every night, which is great, because now I'm getting into a deep sleep and dreaming again, which is nice. So that when I wake up, I feel the difference. I feel refreshed. So I know my body is healing itself.
And how many sessions have you had now? Could I?
2.
Just 2?
Ooh,
Oh, for
yeah.
some reason I thought you had more. I know I haven't been in when you came in. Just 2 sessions. Okay. Wow.
Keep in mind
That's
that I did
fast.
a lot of things beforehand. So
Yeah.
this was like the pinnacle for me, and I'm going to keep
Right.
going. But the message was is for people to understand that everybody's experience is different.
Yes.
And when you take this energy out, your energy is there and it will continue.
Yeah.
However, here's the caveat there that they said
Yeah.
is if you go back to eating your old ways, if you go
Right.
back to your
Yeah.
emotional hangups, your all of those things, then that brings the energy level down. So it's like your
Of course.
responsibility
Yeah.
in this is to make the changes because that's the true transformation. It's like you're given this, and your part is to assist the body along by giving it what it needs. And
So
so,
it sounds like the system gave you a big shift towards health, and now you're just after 2 sessions, you're seems like you're on your way
oh
to
yeah.
recovery as long as you just keep on your good diet. And now this is interesting because that the owner of the inventor of the system, Sandra Rose Michael, says the
Mhm.
same thing. Of course, you can't rely on EES sessions to heal you completely. It's not designed to heal. It's just designed to give you the energy so you can get in the right direction for healing
Mhm.
yourself.
Yeah.
But it's, I mean, and also to let other people know who watch this video that not everybody has this dramatic of an improvement, that there are people that have, they have to go multiple times a week for weeks or months to get this level of improvement. So yours is a fast and dramatic shift, but you must have been ready for it.
Yes, yes. And you have to keep in mind too that it's like an onion. It took me personally how many years to get to that point before
Exactly.
I recognized that, oh, something needs to be done. And it wasn't going to be an overnight, that stent was not going to change my life and make me healthy again. I had to do the work to make sure. And I didn't want to be on the artificial medication. I wanted to be
Of
able to
course
do
not.
it myself, and that's what I was seeking. I was seeking that, a team that could assist me in getting to where I wanted to be. So, yeah.
So what would be your message to other people out there that see this video that are in, it sounds like you were just in a lot of stress. You had a lot of stress in your life and you were overwhelmed. So what would be your message to those people who are experiencing the same thing? They're having heart conditions, high blood pressure. I don't know if you had anxiety or anything or some.
I wouldn't have said that I did. I think
Yeah.
just things happened in my life that put me in a stressful situation, and
Yeah.
I never kicked out of it. And
Right.
so I was operating from that system, which I think most people are. Even in my own
Right.
practice, people would come in and they were stuck. And I
Mhm.
noticed this because they have a lot of neck and upper body issues because you're
Yep.
upper chest breathing, and that's a complete sign
Yes,
of being in a
exactly.
sympathetic nervous system. So I knew what was going on with me, and you're not resting, you're not digesting. So I had a lot
Right.
of gut issues, and I knew that was a problem. But I couldn't. I knew all the pieces. I just didn't know how they all fit together. I was like really struggling with that and needed some help. So it sent me on a path of self-discovery, really. And to share with any other person, it's like I would think the first thing you need to do is just step by step by step. And doing the EES system gives you that boost for you
Yes,
in the process of, okay, what should I do first? Is it changing
exactly.
my diet? Is it, changing my emotional status, my stress level, my anxiety level, all of that? And nobody can answer that except yourself. But the important part is taking the first step, because that's where you get that boost of energy where, whoa, I feel good and I want to continue to feel good.
Well, that's a brilliant insight, because I wanted to mention that in my case too, when I first did the ES system in a little over a year ago, I just got clarity. I got clarity of what was the next thing to do in my life. I was confused with lots of options. I didn't have a serious health challenge, but it just gave me clarity. And so you're saying that in your case, it gave you clarity about what to do next. And plus, it sounds like what it did is it balanced your autonomic nervous system,
Yes.
because you're supposed to be able to go back and forth between sympathetic and parasympathetic, and you were stuck. So
Mm-hmm.
that is one of the major things the energy enhancement system does for pretty much everybody, is it gets them in a more balanced state. And with that, they are more connected to their deeper self, which can inform them about what to do for their condition, whether it's heart condition or digestion or nervous system or whatever it is. And that's what it sounds like you got. And that was
I
really,
think that's
really
the
appreciate that.
spiritual aspect of it too, because you're not only doing physical, but you're also doing mental, and
Yes.
you're cleaning out your emotional. It's the big detox system, I call it. It's a great detoxer because you're just cleaning out all the old stuff that just doesn't serve you anymore, getting yourself rebalanced, and you're hooked up. You're hooked back
Yeah.
up to where you came from.
Well, are you going to come back to see us again?
I'd love to. Absolutely, yes.
I would love. Well, I'm going to make sure that I'm there at the center when you come in. I haven't met you in person yet, so I just wanted to. I heard so much about you from Jewel, and I'll make sure that I'm there when you come in for a session, and maybe we can do a follow up in a couple months or so to see where you're at if you're open to that.
That's good.
So,
Yes, I am. Yes, great.
well, I
Thank
just
you.
want to thank you so much for taking the time, Donna, to share your story with our members and other people that might see this interview on the internet. And I'm really grateful that you were able to, number one, get the result you wanted and had the willingness to share it.
Hey, thank you for doing what you do, because
Yeah.
otherwise I would have to travel pretty far.
Yeah, we're close.
It's great.
Are you in Grants Pass, right?
Yes.
Okay,
So
that's good.
I'm
Yeah, we're
about
close.
45 minutes away, which is, it's perfectly good timing.
Very good. Well, okay, for today, that's wonderful. So this is Jim Jordan with the Oregon Energy Healing Center. Wishing you a great day.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.